Welcome everyone to the CAIS YouTube channel. Today we are sitting down with CAIS Debate Editor Raffaele Ciriello to discuss the recently published IS debate on the future of artificial intelligence. So Raffaele, please tell our viewers, what was the goal of the debate and what were the major takeaways?
So I guess there's multiple goals for everybody involved, but really what was a major goal was to frame and bring some clarity into the highly polarized discourse on AI. So it's very hard to overlook the fact that AI is currently everywhere and that it's a hot topic of debate in nearly all aspects of work and life. And it's also hard to overlook that the discourse is often highly polarized, with some people, taking a very optimistic view of, how AI is going to lead to utopian scenarios, others warning of more dystopian scenarios and challenging the technology and raising ethical concerns. So my goal as debate editor was to bring people together who stand on different sides of this debate and can add, more nuance into a coherent picture that ultimately helps us move towards a more balanced perspective.
So what were the major takeaways? There were 4 debate articles, including your editorial. Where if we look at the big picture, what were some of the things that we as readers can walk away with after engaging with this debate?
Yeah, so the whole debate started with Stephen Andreol's provocative prediction that AI will, quote, replace just about everything, and that it is highly necessary for all of us to jump on the bandwagon and make good use of AI, because otherwise we are going to be among those whose jobs will get disrupted, if not eliminated. That was pitched to me, and I thought, well, that's such a strong view that I can, from the top of my head, think of a few people who would highly disagree with that. And so I contacted several of those people, and they were, of course, highly engaged, which made the process very fun, by the way. So all the contributors of the 4 articles were, highly both open-minded yet strong in their opinions and views. We had some good workshops where we kind of came together and discussed how we're going to frame this debate. So that led us to, we actually ended up, so we lost a few people on the way for various reasons who didn't quite make it into the debate. But the 4 articles that made it into the debate, are Stephen Andreol's techno-deterministic perspective, which is challenged by a team of Finnish researchers who has focused on, the effects of the European Union's AI Act in the public sector, and emphasizes more of a social good perspective, and how the effects of AI are not predetermined, are not inevitable. They are up to us to kind of choose and define them. That was complemented by 2 practitioner articles, which I'm very proud of, that we have practitioner voices in this debate as well. So we have David Hankin and Chris Zangrilli, 2 seasoned tax experts or technology and taxation experts who have written about their experience in practical implementations of AI in the private sector, in the taxation domain, and how it can automate complex tasks and facilitate tax agents to focus on higher level activities. So we have both the public and the private sector represented. And then finally, the 4th article is Carroll et al.'s balanced perspective, which ultimately takes a socio-technical framing and says, the amount of labor isn't fixed, nor is it unchangeable. AI can help us redefine preconceived notions of work and reshape work, which is also echoed by Lanemaki et al.'s article, the second one, on the reinstatement effect, how AI can eliminate some jobs, but also create new ones. And then finally, my debate editorial synthesizes all these four perspectives into a coherent framing, and that leaves us with answering some questions. So we know we know there's the potential for both dystopian and utopian scenarios. However, our balanced perspective definitely suggests that the effects of AI are not predetermined. They will be shaped by collective choice. It's a socio-technical phenomenon after all. But it also leaves many questions unanswered, right? So we have not fully addressed the issue of widening inequities due to AI. The fact of the matter is that not everybody has equal access to benefit from those newly created opportunities as much as some people have. As often with digital technologies, those who are well equipped to use them effectively benefit disproportionately, and that can widen inequities, especially in developing contexts where the infrastructure isn't as advanced. There is a highly concerning frontier in human AI companionship as people form close and intimate relationships with AI agents, and that has pretty disruptive effects on social norms and human relationships. That is an emerging area of research. And finally, taking this a step further, discussions about transhumanism and human enhancement are becoming more relevant, which sounded like science fiction a few years ago, has now become a reality with brain implants, augmented reality, genetic editing, artificial intelligence, these technologies converging to create new cycles of boom and bust and change the world in sometimes foreseen, sometimes unforeseen ways.
So debates often have winners, but if you won't concede a winner, would you say that there was one of the papers that struck you as more impactful than the others? I will tell you, my favorite was Noel Carroll's paper. I thought it was the most humanist of all the papers, and the one that I thought might not be utopian, but certainly was optimistic in terms of how society and the human will absorb AI and make use of it. That was my personal favorite of the collection. But I'll ask you, did you have a winner? If not a winner, did you have a paper that you felt was the most insightful?
Well, the presence of winners implies the presence of losers, and I don't really think there are any winners or losers in that debate. Everybody who made it into the debate is certainly a winner, and I hope the people who are reading the debate gain something out of that as well. Now, there's some views that I tend to agree with more than others, and it's also along the lines of the paper that you suggested by Carroll et al. I think that aligns with my own very social-technical view of this phenomenon, highly social constructionist framing of it. Well, that doesn't mean that this is the right or the best viewpoint. It's just the one that I share and that I think is highly insightful. Which one of these debates will win? Only time can tell. I was joking, after the debate was published, we were joking among each others that, we still haven't reached an agreement and maybe we would have to settle this by cage fight. And then one of the contributors said, well, let's let the ideas fight for themselves. And I think that's a good way to look at it, right? So time will tell which of these perspectives come true. But I think what we managed to achieve is, 4 solid predictions, not just, baseless, fantasies, but solid predictions based on expert insights in their respective domain. And I think that is highly valuable.
Great. Thank you so much. I think that ending on the note of time will tell, indeed. Time will tell, and we'll see how all of this does play out. But what a wonderful contribution, and 5 insightful papers. And I think it's definitely the beginning of a long conversation about the future of AI. Thank you, Raffaele, for sitting down with us today. Really appreciate your insights and your editorial work.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks, David.